What do I see for like hallways and such? I'm looking for that hallway that the other two were walking down.
One.
Well, if you actually go to the entrance area, it's basically just small entrance room with a short corridor that splits off immediately and then goes on for a few more meters before it makes a turn to the left. And that is like at the end of the building. It's not a very large building. So that is basically the side you came in.
Okay. Any obvious astral presences in the area? Shall I sense for
Um,
it, or?
are you just floating through the corridor or?
Yeah, just in the corridor.
Mm-hmm. Um, well, that kind of depends how long you linger around. If you just poke your head in, quickly look around, you probably wouldn't see anyone.
Okay. I do want to actually go into the hallway, and then I'll move uh, away from the reception area.
Okay.
Uh, would it be obvious to me that the big doors that the other folks had seen were security doors in the astral?
Not really, because physical stuff doesn't really translate accurately to the astrals. You kind of only see vague outlines and impressions of it, especially non-living stuff. So
Okay.
you would see that there is something in the corridor that looks like a door, but you can't really tell from the astral what kind of door it is.
Okay. Can I float through there?
Sure, I mean, physical stuff doesn't really pose barriers on the astral, only for your vision.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to take a look on the inside then.
Um, through the door in the corridor.
Yes.
Okay, well, as I said, there's the corridor continues for a couple of meters, then makes a left turn at the end of the building. Um, and if go straight at that intersection, there is a small stairwell.
Oh, okay. So I want to go. Yeah, let's follow the corridor down to as far as it goes,
Hmm.
and then down the stairs.
All right. Looks very similar to the floor above on the astral, the basement. There's a corridor, gray walls that look lifeless and kind of depressing on the astral. Although you can feel a slight aura of the earth around you.
Right. So this is probably the bottom floor then.
Yeah, and the stairs don't go down further. There only seems to be one basement level.
Okay. Um, what sets of doors were there? More than one, or just one?
You mean up to the sides of the corridor?
Right.
There's a couple of doors, probably around 4 or 5 on each side.
Are there any that are obviously different than the others?
On the astral, not really. Again, it is kind of hard to tell because,
Yeah, it's all blurry. Right.
yeah, it's just vague outlines.
Um. At this point, I think I'm just going to back out for now. I kind of want a better idea of what I'm looking for. Um, There's no astral presences, obviously, that I noticed downstairs. Any wards or anything?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
There aren't any obvious astral presences downstairs, like wards or spirits or anything, or people.
Did we lose Shad?
Shad?
If you're trying to say something, Shad, it certainly isn't what we're hearing.
Someone said something.
Oh well. He didn't disconnect since he's call host, so
You forget his push to talk key?
maybe, or maybe he's distracted by real life sudden interruptions and was nice enough to
Yeah.
mute himself.
Could be.
Oh well, he'll be back. I'm sure of it. 5 hours later.
We waited for you.
Hmm.
Where were you? We waited.
We want karma for it.
So how long have you been on the hub, Will?
Gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. Let me check.
Okay. Because I think we got sort of an answer from Dorman.
Yes, the very beginning,
Yeah.
back in September and August.
I have been on the hub for 2 months, apparently.
Yay!
This is my third week on the hub, only second week doing runs.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
I made a character about a month ago, and this is just the first run that I've been able to get into.
It gets better as soon as you actually get into runs. Because
Yeah.
GMs sometimes are a bit, they like to play a bit safer on who they pick, so they tend to pick people they know.
Right.
Yeah,
makes
especially
sense.
if there's threats. You don't want to like kill someone on their first run or whatever. So
Right.
That
I was lucky enough to get a real nice recommendation on my second run from the people I was running with.
yeah, it can be a little tough when you get started, but you can tell pretty quickly the people who are serious about sticking around and contributing and being cool people. So
Yeah, that's
I
true.
tell you what though, my first run I was running with Hawk and Banjo. That was crazy.
Banjo
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like a character.
Yeah. But I also spent half my first run knocked out. So,
That happens.
yep. I went paranoid and I wasn't able to data spike a drone before it exploded.
was that the run where all of those Care Bears came to life?
The
and-
bears!
yeah.
The bears! Yeah. Was it I looped a camera and then got instantly knocked out.
Well, that is unfortunate, but at least you weren't put off by it.
Right. I enjoyed it. I did. My second run, I had to deal with noodles that were made from people, but I didn't eat any of the noodles, so it's
Delicious.
okay.
That's
Cool
a,
noodles.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Two of our runners did eat the noodles though. That was
Oh god,
yummy.
yeah.
negative quality cannibal.
Somebody
Uh,
want to add me on Skype? What is this? Right, let's just not.
It's not someone from this.
I
Conversation,
don't think
but-
so.
So what do you guys think of the Code Dancer portrait? My friend drew it. He wants to get feedback.
I like it. It's a nice portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it works well. I'm not much of an artist. I can't give you like.
Yeah. No,
in-depth-
I'm not really either, but
I think it's
he
nice.
just wants to know if people like it.
It's certainly nice to have one that's fit for the character instead of doing what I do and is find a
Just
picture
Google
and then
searching. Yeah.
find picture and then build character.
Yeah.
Or even worse, do it the way I did it, just not have a character picture.
Yeah.
One critique of it would be that I don't really care for the above angle.
Yeah.
I feel like you lose a lot of details just from looking down.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it's easier to fit a full body picture in a square.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Her boots probably would have been cut off otherwise.
Yeah, it could be nice to have like a face portrait of her, but
Yeah.
then again,
The well, I could. Was it the actual image is quite large, so I could just like crop a face.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still, it certainly adds a lot of flair.
Yeah.
All right.
The GM's back.
Yay.
We did it. Lofweer gave us money.
No.
Okay, he didn't give us money. He gave us cred sticks. They were
They are
empty.
full of negative money.
They were
Oh.
they were empty, but we were going to sell them because there were so many of them.
No, now you owe Lofwer money.
Don't we all?
I mean,
Alright, where were we? We were in the basement in the Astro.
Yeah, and I was just
That
saying
sounds
that
so
I'm probably gonna pull out because unless there's anything obviously astral that I can see, like wards or spirits or anything, I don't know where to look, and I'd prefer to regroup and pass along knowledge before we get further.
Mm-hmm.
and
Alright,
so-
if you want to bug out, I will need another test to get back through the barrier. The ward, I mean.
Okay. That was 11 minus 1.
that
Yep.
ward is not good.
That's why I'm not too worried about going in and out.
Yeah.
I shall re-inhabit my body.
Alright, so next step.
Right. So, are you guys still poking around?
We can head out if we've got all the information we need.
Well, I don't know if we have all the information we need, but I think we have all the information we can get.
Yeah. Yeah. Next step might be like a full-on, like, actual commit and break into this place finally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So reconvene at the fancy card place, share information, or just in the car?
Hmm.
It's close by. I'd rather not sit outside the
Yeah.
place.
Definitely should go somewhere else.
By the way, I forgot to mention the initial meet was around noon. So it is now probably few hours later into the afternoon or early evening.
Okay. Do we want to take this place at night?
The receptionist probably won't be there at night because I'm assuming this is a government place, so they close at like 5 or 6 or something else stupid. But they probably might have more patrols.
Did we
Yeah,
get a
good
look
call.
to see if that front door was the only door, or if there's another entrance?
It seems to basically be the only door.
Okay. Right. I guess I'll go pick up some B&E gear.
Well, we should sit down and share the information first, I assume? Or are we
Yeah.
just going to hand wave
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Well, we can also communicate over DNI anyway, so
Yeah, so we're probably like live updating each other.
And you might need to have a nap if you took a bunch of stun damage.
Naps.
Yes, I would very much like a nap.
Shadowrunners are so lazy, always napping.
Magicians, especially.
Terrible.
I mean, it seems you can't go 5 minutes without them, just going limp for a while. It's weird.
Well, hackers are much the same.
But,
So yeah, you should be able to fit a couple of hours of sleep in.
So, for the keypad, for lock picking, I have. Where's my pool? Why isn't my pool showing up? Oh, because I scrolled the combat active for some reason. So my locksmithing is a dice pool of 10. Do we want to try to get a sequencer?
I have a rating 6 sequencer, and I have a locksmithing of 12.
Okay. So you'll probably be doing that then.
I can try and hack it. You can probably focus on the security threats that may be coming at us.
Well, we
Hacking
can.
various things.
I could probably dig into the ceiling a bit and maybe stick a data tap into a camera.
Okay, one thing I want to mention about the sequencer. Remember that the sequencer doesn't help you, it works on its own.
Okay.
If you use the sequencer, it's a test between the sequencer and the Maglog, with no further input from yourself.
So I might actually just be better off hacking it.
Well, I
myself.
think they would both be pools of 12. Either way.
Oh, okay.
Because you double the rating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, the thing is, if you try to hack into it, it's probably protected by the host. Which has that nice... Oh wait, but that doesn't apply when you're direct connecting to it, of course.
Well, hacking it, you actually just like rip off the sequence or the keypad from the wall and just try to hotwire it.
No, that's when you're lockpicking it. I mean,
Yeah,
if you hack it, you're plugging into the universal
Yeah.
data port on it.
Right, but I think he was just using hack. Oh, well, unless you were actually talking about hacking it.
Yeah, I mean like.
Well, I
Matrix
mean
hacking it.
the guy with the sequencer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he was just using hack as a general term.
Well, you still have to open up the physical casing itself to use the sequencer as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have my locksmithing skill, and I have the sequencer, so...
Okay, so
I
yeah, you'll be
can,
doing that. Would it be feasible if I found a camera somewhere and I put a data tap in the camera, or would I just be able to direct connect to the camera?
Possibly.
As a way, okay.
Is there a reason you can't wirelessly hack the cameras? Is it all...
Yeah, they're all
wired.
yeah, they're all hardwired.
Oh,
Maybe-
darn.
They've hidden the wires. That's quite obvious. So
Yeah. That's why I might have to dig into the ceiling a bit, unless there's a port on the cameras.
of course it doesn't have to be a camera we're hacking into. I mean, if this building is hardwired anyway.
Yeah, but I figured any other like port would have a camera on it.
That's true, but maybe if we can find something like thermostat controls or something like that. I mean, it is an old building; those still might be in there.
Yeah.
The
true.
staff room is in front of the security door, so we could hop over the reception desk and get to it that way.
Hell,
Yeah, but
maybe you can
a
just
camera
plug it
would
in the Soicaf machine.
Yeah. Well, the problem with having it at the reception desk is there's a camera looking at the reception desk.
Oh,
So we
of
want to
course.
get something that's prior to that.
Let's see what else can. What else can?
Are there any did we case at the external? Like, did we notice external cameras or like the electric monitoring thing?
I don't know if we talked about that. I don't think so, but there were some perception tests for the general area. There are a few cameras outside, but it is not a lot. There is not. You're pretty sure there are definitely not enough cameras to have full coverage of the whole site.
So maybe I could tap into one of those cameras to see if I can get access to the other cameras.
Possibly.
Someone watch me.
So while we're doing the actual physical break-in, would a distraction be feasible here without making it obvious that anybody's been tampering?
What kind of distraction?
I don't know. I'm kind of groping here, but I'm thinking maybe if we set something off like over on the other end of the sound, maybe everybody will be looking that way as we try and get in.
My kind of philosophy when it
Put it-
comes to break-ins is that you don't want to do anything that makes anyone any more alert than they would be
Yeah.
on a regular, boring Monday night.
Alright.
Like, it's quite
Maybe we can
beneficial
plan
for
B
them
that,
to
but
be.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because they're always going to leave at least one person behind, and that one person will be twice as alert as if nothing was happening.
So, Doorman, as our Street Cred 25 hacker, do you have any tips on going into this wired system?
Find a thing to plug into would be obvious, of course, but
Yeah.
the thing is, of course, finding some electronic device that isn't clearly inside that is probably linked to the host.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking we try an external camera first and see what we can get from that.
But the problem is cameras are usually placed nicely out of reach because they do know things like that.
Yeah.
But if I recall, this thing had a gate as well, right? This building, fence and a gate were around it.
No, the fenced-off area is the pier where the Coast Guard ships dock.
Okay, and access to the fenced-off area is through the building, probably, right?
No, the building stands clear of the fence. Like there's the whole Coast Guard section of the pier, with the pier itself, the warehouse, and the office building. And off that area, the pier and the warehouse are fenced in, but the office building is standing clear of that.
Okay. Okay, so we have the office building that's clear, so that's definitely more accessible. It would be useful if you just, on the if the office building just had a back door with a Mac lock we could plug in. That's always a nice one. Mac locks are usually easily reachable because that's how
Yeah,
they
but there
work.
might also be a camera on that door.
That is true.
Was there a camera on the very front door of the whole place?
There was a camera inside in the lobby that was also looking at the door.
Okay, so we wouldn't be able to place a data tap on the outside, like the very outside door, without getting spotted.
I mean, if you are sneaky enough, perhaps.
Yeah.
If you're sneaky enough, you can do it. Also, this building wasn't that tall, so if somebody is capable enough to climb onto it, there probably are things like AC units and stuff like that we can that might give us access.
If Well, if we can keep cover, I also have a grappling hook we can get up there with.
I mean, this is a public building. This little office is a public building. They probably put their security budget on the fenced off area.
Well, and it is right next to an elevated highway.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't.
There are a few meters between the office building and the highway.
So yeah, I think if definitely would be a good idea to see if we can get on the roof and plug in there. I mean, that's much more out of the way of prying eyes. Where some kind of maintenance guys jumpsuit and nobody will bat an eye at you being up there and fiddling with an AC unit.
Or even just lie on the ground so that no one on the...
No. That's suspicious. If you try to hide, just act as if you're supposed to be there. Maybe you can just get away with walking up with a ladder and doing it and saying, "I was told to fix the AC."
How much would a jumpsuit cost?
Not a lot. But if you want a specific jumpsuit,
Right, it would cost a lot for a specific one.
That's true, but still, I think that would be the good approach. I mean, in the building inside has a bit too much cameras and no easily accessed exposed wires and stuff like that.
I am liking that idea.
I mean, I think we should start getting into somewhat more action because we're risking to go in analysis paralysis by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay. Fair enough. Who can climb?
Well, climbing. I can't climb.
Not
well.
it.
It's a gymnastics thing, isn't it? Or
Oh.
is climbing?
No,
not-
it is gymnastics. It's
It is
strength
gymnastics.
gymnastics. I have gymnastics.
so just for clarification, so I know what page you're on. What is you want to go up to the roof?
Yes, I mean, if you said
see
it
if there's
wasn't that far from the highway, right?
Uh-huh.
If somebody who's athletic enough could make that jump, there probably there's always an office building stuff on the roof, and in this world of high
I think we
electronics.
might be better off getting a ladder and just climbing up
Yeah,
there.
okay, that might also work, but that's probably easier spotted by somebody inside.
True.
Or you use your grappling hook.
Yeah.
But the
Okay,
idea
so you want to get onto the roof, but then act like somebody who is supposed to be there, some kind of maintenance person.
Yeah, just that's just a cover, so there aren't random calls of suspicious person on the roof.
I mean,
It's-
so
it's-
are we
it's-
still
it's-
planning to go at night?
We can do it. We can do that at night. We'll just have to. It would just be worth it to check out first if they do patrols and stuff at night. If there's nobody there at night, might as well. The thing is just we need somebody up there because on the roof there's some kind of electronics that would be useful. Plug it in, or maybe just wires that are exposed. Nobody cleans up on the roof.
Yeah. There'd probably be some AC system or something.
And we use that as an entry. I mean, if we use the outside of the building, that's much less likely to get caught anyway.
Do any of your characters have the common sense quality?
I love when a GM asks that.
Not yet, no.
Not yet. That's a good
Since
answer.
it's my first run, can I have it as a freebie for this run?
All right, yeah. For the newbie, it's a freebie. Okay, so there's a slight disconnect here. You, on the one hand, you plan to go in at night and somehow jump or climb up onto the roof, but then also act like you are supposed to be there.
Oh, yeah. So I don't think I was very clear in my communication then. I mean, it was either go through day and act like you're supposed to be there, or go at night and be sneaky. Because
Okay,
because
that makes
nobody-
a lot more sense.
because nobody is supposed to be there at night. Yes, I was quite unclear on that.
Well, my if I'm the one going up on the roof, I probably would be better off going at night because my sneaking's better than my disguise.
Sure, sounds good to me.
Um,
I mean, Torment can go get his pickup, so we can easily transport the ladder around. See, that thing comes in handy.
yeah. Plus, if I use my hook, I can just pull the rope up when I'm up there.
Oh yeah, just in case as a patrol. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we only going to have one person on the roof, or are we going to have a team on the roof?
I'd say as least as possible, because let's just have somebody on there who is capable of doing what he's supposed to do, and that's good.
Okay. So I'm guessing that'd either be you or Code Dancer.
Yeah, I mean, Code Dancer probably is better up there, since as a Technomancer I can't direct connect my living persona with shit.
Right. Right. So yeah, CD would go up there.
Of course, Dorman will just claim that's because his implanted tech doesn't have a cable to the outside.
Yeah, and that's really weird and suspicious. But
The data check has been malfunctioning. It's also very well hidden.
Alright.
And when you find it, it looks like somebody just stuck it on with like double-sided tape.
I just drew it on with a Sharpie.
Alright, so CD will get up there. What's everyone else going to be doing? Or are we going to wait to see what I can see from up there?
I think that the only role that I'll have going in is just keeping an eye on Astral, keeping an eye on the spirits, making sure nobody comes snooping around.
Well, you should also probably have concealment up on the party.
Yeah.
That would be useful. Shad, that highway you were talking about, right? Does that has something like a shoulder for broken down vehicles to stop or something like that?
Well, how far is it from the building, first off, the highway?
Yes, let's go with that first.
It's probably easiest if you look at the Google Maps link that I sent earlier on Skype yourselves.
Yes, good plan.
It's easily about 20 feet from the highway itself.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's-
for a non-awakened or augmented person, it's probably quite a bit too far to make a jump like that.
Yeah, there's no way I can make that jump.
That would
Maybe
be
a
a good start to the
horizontal-
infiltration.
Well, would I be able to use my grappling hook as a zip line?
that certainly sounds some possibility, but
Hold on, let me see how much rope I have.
but somebody could use the overpass to pretend their vehicle's broken down and keep Overwatch.
Yeah.
Because of
I
the
have 100.
heightened position without being too suspicious. So that's was why I was asking about the shoulder of the highway. Does it have one of those, or are you just shit out of luck if you break down on it?
It looks like that's part of the exit ramp that's right next to it, so it wouldn't have the shoulder because it's the exit ramp.
Ah, that's true. Ah well, then somebody will just have to Overwatch somewhere else. I mean, Dorman can play can do Matrix Overwatch, so so Code Dancer doesn't have to pay attention to her surroundings for it.
So, I'm gonna get their grappling hook up the side because you said the cameras don't completely encompass the building, so we'll get somewhere where there's no cameras. Once I'm up there, I'll pull the rope up.
Always nice.
Oh wait, it looks like I've actually thought the road right next to the building was already highway, but it seems to be a separate road
Yeah.
that just runs parallel to the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, the highway. You can see the highway if you look on Street View, but it's
Yeah. The highway is the yellow marker on it.
yeah, it's definitely
99.
not exactly a jumpable thing unless you're someone like Topshop. But
Oh
then,
yes.
But then again, top shops would just leap from the street over the fence onto the top of the roof. So there's that.
So if we want to do Overwatch nearby, I mean, it looks like it's a fairly urban area around here. We could just go park it something nearby here because it doesn't look too far away.
Yeah, that's true. Dorman is going to park nearby anyway to reduce noise and shit. So if everybody knows what they're doing, knows what they're going to do, well, Code Tensor does the infiltratory. I think we're set to go.
I'll just need to do my healing tests for taking a nap.
Sure.
So when are we going in? Probably around midnight or so.
A bit later than midnight usually. I mean, midnight people are still up at 3 or 4 o'clock at night. Nah, not that much, or at least not unless they're drunk.
So, Shad, I'd be rolling 8 dice to heal. Would you mind if I just bought dice 3 times? In 3 hours, I'm all set.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're back up. All right.
Anybody else have any preparation to do?
Getting my B&E gear together. That's about it. Well, get my actual armor instead of a suit, because I don't think a suit's going to give me much bonus if I get caught doing this.
Brought mine with me. I got my ballistic mask underneath the coat. So ready to put that on.
These are situations where I kind of feel like I should have bought a chameleon suit somewhere along the line.
Yeah. I almost bought one, but I ran out of money buying my deck.
Yep. They're expensive.
Yep. Alright. So, everyone's good?
Yep. Well, Dorman is at
think
least.
so.
Okay, so, you guys park, and I guess I'm approaching by myself.
I guess nobody's walking along. That's only increasing chances to be caught.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna approach by myself. Do I need to do perception for the cameras, or do I about know where their coverage is? Oh wait, hold on. We're getting the spirits concealment.
Yeah, I was just about to say before you go, I'm gonna have the.
Well, the spirit you summoned earlier is gone because you wait
Oh, sunset.
until night, so
Yep.
it expires before then.
So I will summon another one. Force 4 is probably still pretty good. So I will roll 12 dice.
12 dice versus its 4. That should be overkill. It is good.
I think he's more worried
Ah.
about me.
Yeah, I'm playing it a little safer this time.
Right. So unless it rolls perfect, all right.
Nice.
So to drain, to resist.
Whoops.
1, 2 days.
3 hits. Yeah,
You're
we're
fine.
good.
You're fine.
All right,
Right.
so yep, spend 1. Actually, here's a question for you guys: do we want the concealment on just Code Dancer, or wait, no, who was going in? Sorry.
Yeah, I was code dancer.
I'll go then. But anyone who's not in a car, yeah, maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'm just a little worried because I don't have the ability to hide from spirits, as presumably. I'm a little worried about getting spotted by them. And concealment kind of lights you up on the astral, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It isn't a spell. It's something weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a critter power, so I believe it would also. Actually, hard to
Conceal
say how
on
that would work.
I think we ruled it earlier that I concealed on Astral.
Oh, okay. Then I'm happy to take it for the extra benefit. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about that though is that was when I was in Astral as well and actively sneaking.
Uh,
So I don't know if that would make a difference.
GM.
Oh boy, you
Magic
raise
rules.
all kinds of weird questions here.
You should have thought about this before you put magic in the game.
I didn't.
All those years ago when they made Shadowrun.
Hmm. You know what? Yeah, think it wouldn't conceal you on the astral. Like what happened before when the spirit and the person being concealed were both on the astral. That was fine. But if it's concealing somebody in meat space, then I don't think it would also work on the astral at the same time.
Would it hinder their hiding on the astral, or just not do anything?
I mean, if you are mundane, you already pretty much have no chance to hide on the astral.
Okay.
So it doesn't really make it
doesn't
worse.
Okay,
Alright.
so we'll go with that then still. And above and beyond that, I will have the air spirit kind of. Also have the air spirit conceal itself and then just overwatch the area to keep an eye out for spirits and warn me. Is that sufficiently worded enough, or should I reword that?
Well,
Maybe.
what is it keeping Overwatch for? Like, what is it watching for?
So kind of follow along behind Code Dancer and let us know if any astral presences. Maybe not astral presences. Just let us know if anything in the astral plane should come to our attention. Let's leave it vague and let the spirit kind of screw me over.
Alright.
Come on, I've been nice to the spirit so far.
You are a
Mostly.
shaman, not a hermetic.
Okay, so that would already be 2 services, one for the concealment, one for the Overwatch.
Yep. And then one
So he
left.
has one more. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Is it okay if I roll Matrix Perception now for the Overwatch?
What?
I mean, Dorman's just keeping an eye on the Matrix, so Code Dancer can concentrate on whatever she's doing.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's not a good roll. I will re-roll that just because I think it's safer. Yay, 4. 4 successes total.
Are you looking for anything specific?
Let's see. Mostly things that would point to guards. So probably things like a comlink and guns, because guards tend to have those.
Okay, so you see 2 pairs of 2 comlinks outside in the like the overall area of the base.
Mhm.
Moving around. 4 hits. Yeah, you see the comlinks. What else? And you also see a few comlinks, let's say half a dozen inside the office building.
Even this late, okay. Or maybe
I mean,
that's
it is the Coast Guard. They kind of need to be able to respond at all times.
That's true. Okay, I will place I will inform the team that there are still definitely some people inside, and put an arrow with the I presume patrolling comlinks. I see. So so people on the ground know what to watch out for.
Do you have a dummy deck, or you just pretend you do all this with your
Yeah,
comlink?
he has a dummy deck.
Okay.
Well, he just pretends he has an implanted one, really.
Okay.
And since he
Alright.
has cerebral boosters now, he actually shows something in his brain, if you sense.
Right. Okay. I was just about to be like, you're pretty damn good with a comlink.
Hey, you could still do that with a comlink. I mean, there is
Yeah.
only matrix perception.
Right. I was just commenting. But all right. Okay, so I have concealment. I know where the patrols are. Do I know where the dead spot is of the camera? Outside the building.
Give me a visual perception.
All right.
And you know vaguely where the guards are.
Okay. Yeah. What's my perception? My visual perception is actually not great. Despite having cyber eyes. Perception. This is gonna be my next skill to buff. Or I might just upgrade my eyes. I don't see jack shit.
Okay. Well, then let's see how well you can sneak.
I have security designed. Can I try to know where I think they are and looking
You can try.
to like assist in my sneak rolls a little bit? 7. Get a good idea where the blind spots might be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tell you what, with those 3 successes on that, you don't get a penalty on your sneaking test.
Okay, I'm fine with that. All right. So my urban sneak is 12.
Alright, and you are now consumed from a force for spirit. Okay. So, you are trying to sneak up to the building and then grapple onto the roof?
Yes.
Okay. Then, okay, yeah, you can make it to the building. It doesn't seem like anyone has noticed.
All right. Do I need to roll for the hook?
Yeah, just give me a roll to see if you glitch or anything.
Sure. Nope.
Oh boy.
No successes, but I didn't glitch.
Do you want to leave it at that?
No, I'll edge it. I have 2 edge now, so I can actually do that. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
Can we loan edge to him?
Burn edge by
Anyone
yourself.
leadership me on grappling hooks?
I would try to leadership him, but I don't think I'm allowed to.
I mean, he has already rolled.
I know. I
Yeah.
I probably should have tried. Should have encouraged him before he did that.
Yeah.
Oh well. I guess
Well,
you're
I'm
not
just trying to think, like, what happens if you try to grapple up
I think it
somewhere?
just doesn't hook anything.
Yeah, probably. So you shoot it up, and the hook just doesn't really catch, and um, it falls back down, and you manage to catch the hook before it can hit the ground and makes loud noise.
Yeah. Uh, can I reload it and just try again real quick?
Yeah.
Can can I add in a snarky leadership comment about you you said you were good with that, right? I want to leadership it, but I'm perfectly fine if you say no.
Well, I mean, that depends on if Codensa accepts your leadership.
On the what? Oh yeah,
If I
that's true.
accept, you can only buff me if I accept it. I'm I'm a little peeved, and but I'm also not trained in leadership, so I think you would beat a leadership combat test, like a pose test.
Probably. I mean, we can roll for it if you want. I mean, does that mean I have to assert dominance? I guess it does.
I mean, I'm gonna just tell you right now, my leadership dice pool is only 2.
Mine's 18.
Yeah.
Well, does Dorman even notice this happening?
Probably not, unless somebody's telling because he's watching in the Matrix.
Well,
so he
would
probably
you
can't.
Would you see over image link? Because I mean, I'm running cameras.
If you are running a camera, well,
Oh yeah, you have cyber eyes. Well, if you are sharing your video feed, then you probably would see it.
Yeah.
alright. Inspiring
Yeah.
snarky comment, go.
Go inspiring darky comment. All right. So
There.
what do I add to my roll?
5 successes because it's a teamwork test now.
Oh, it's okay. So I had 5.
Well, if it's a teamwork test, you can only take as many extra dice as he has ranks in the skill.
Oh, okay,
that's
and I
true.
have how many ranks do I have? Oh, I only have 1 in the skill, so I only had 1.
Well, it's an extra dice.
You can't possibly get 0 successes again.
Don't
Whoa!
tempt it.
Yeah.
All right, so it manages to hook this time.
Yep.
I think the grapple gun has a small built-in winch, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
But it no, I don't know if it does. But if it does, it's just to pull the rope back. I don't think it's used for climbing.
I don't think it's the bat grapple gun.
But I have repelling gloves and stuff for assisted climbing.
Go ahead, unless you want more inspiring
Yeah.
comments.
So I haven't rolled climbing before. It's strength plus gymnastics, and then do I get +2 for assisted climbing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want to abuse leadership, so I'm not going to spam it on everything you do,
Five
because otherwise I also can't
yeah.
claim to be overwatching anymore.
Right. 5 + 2, 7 + 2 is 9. It's alright, I have more dice for this. That get me up there?
Yeah.
Okay. And when I'm up there, I pull the rope up so that the patrol doesn't see it. And then I guess I'm looking for an AC unit or something that I can either direct connect to or put a tap in.
All right. Yeah, there are ACU units on this roof with small control panels on them.
Okay.
Basically, like old LCD displays showing the status and the usual readout of information, and also some wires going into the building.
Okay. I guess should I check the AC first, or there's wires?
Well, I
Is there-
mean, the wires going into the building are from the AC.
Oh, they're from the AC. Okay. Is there a port on the AC at all that I'd be able to plug into, or
You can just use the data tab on the wire.
yeah?
It allows
I
you to
could.
communicate with both the AC and whatever's on the other side of the wire.
All right, so then I'll do that then. Yeah, I'll put my tap in the wires. Do I have to roll for the tap? I haven't used one yet.
No,
No.
you just
Okay.
It's
put.
automatic.
It's automatic,
Okay.
yeah. And if you can wirelessly detonate it if you don't have the chance to
Well-
remove it.
I'm right now. I'm running it with wireless off. So
Okay, yeah, that's a safer thing to do, of course.
yeah. All my gear is currently wireless off.
Smart.
As of
All
by
right.
the-
Except the broadcasting thing, of course, I guess.
But yeah, except for what I'm using to communicate.
Are you running silent then?
Yeah, I'm running silent.
Okay. So yeah, you hook up the data tab.
Mhm. Okay. I guess I plug in, try to see what's there. What's it all connected to? Is that connected directly to the host?
Yeah, it is connected to the AC unit on one side, and the other side goes into the host, into a sub node for the utility systems.
Okay. If I was to okay, can I see what nodes are running with a perception roll, or like what other nodes there are? Say I'm in utility node. That's
What I mean, what are you looking for?
I'm trying to find like where the evidence files would be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah, that would probably be like a data node or something of that nature. That should be easy enough to find within the host architecture.
okay, so do I need to roll for that, or would I just find that?
Yeah, roll a matrix perception, and don't forget the -2 from
Yep.
running silent.
Right. And at this point, I'm still in AR.
Mm-hmm. And while you are at it, why don't you give me a logic plus sleaze roll?
Logic with sleaze, sure. Check my. Okay, so 11. -2 for silent. So, or what's the minus
I
two?
don't think you take the -2 on this one because
Alright.
it's basically defense.
Mhm.
Okay, nice roll. Did you already roll for the matrix perception?
Yeah, that was the one success.
The one success. Okay. So you managed to find it, but it takes you a bit longer. So why don't you give me another logic plus, please? Because as you make your way through the host, you see some patrol eyes that looks like a man in the formal Coast Guard uniform,
Okay.
just patrolling the host. And the
Right.
first time you come across him, he just seems to look through you.
Mhm.
But the second time, he kind of turns his head in your direction.
All right. Would it? Okay. What other types of icons do I see around?
At this point, you are already in the data part of the
Right.
host. So you see the icons for a few terminals
Mm-hmm.
inside the building. Most of them indicate that they are basically in standby and currently not being used.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do the suggested hide action, but I was also trying to find if there's any icons that would be feasible for me to wrap as.
That's also a good idea. But you can of course do both. First hide and then
Right.
reappear as something that's supposed to be there and not have to run silent anymore.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the hide roll first. And I'm running silent. Oof.
Yikes.
Ouch.
I only have one more edge point, but if I get detected here, that could be a real problem. I'll, you know what, I'm gonna roll the edge on the. Okay.
Yay.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Ah,
I think it failed.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, whereas the patrol ice icon previously only had its head turned towards you, and now like turns its body to follow suit with the head, and it's now facing you directly.
You know what? I'm still being in would jacking out and doing a quick reboot set off any alarms?
It depends. I mean, the patrol ice might be a bit on higher alert for a bit, but
Yeah.
it hasn't spotted you doing illegal stuff, but it probably will soon try to see if you're a legitimate user.
Right. Well, I have an idea of what icons are in there now, so this time I could go in as a rap with the rap.
Certainly worth it, because I think if you're going
Yeah.
to if
So
you're gonna
I'll
stay
do that.
longer,
I'm just gonna jack right out, reboot real quick, and then try to go back in.
Mm-hmm.
With my rapper running.
you can pretend to be a patrol ice.
All right, yeah, I'll do that. I'll wrap myself as something that as something patrolling.
All right.
Now I haven't rapped before. Should I stop running silent at this point, or should I still run silent?
Well, if you're wrapped as something, pretending to be it, and you run silent when it is something that isn't supposed to run silent, that's kind of suspicious.
Then that'll be okay. So then I'm no longer running silent, and I'm wrapped as one of the patrollers.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's kind of social infiltration at that point.
Yeah, some social engineering. All right. So now that I'm in there, I look for evidence files relating to the case.
All right.
Or is there anything that needs to be rolled?
Just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Do you want any of my like deck stats or my programs running?
No, I don't need to know that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So when you go back into the host, you can immediately see that there now is not just patrol ice roaming around, but also an instance of killer ice.
Oh my.
Okay. All right.
I guess.
Sorry, it's not black. We're fine.
Yeah, that's a way to look at it. But hey, at least as a patrol ice, you're blending in right now with the heightened security. Just act like a program and not like a person. Do your stuff rigidly.
Yep, walk around very deliberately, scanning back and forth.
Do what the others do.
Yep. So, am I able to see the file we're looking for?
First, I need you to roll something like some kind of Matrix impersonation. Um,
Spoof, maybe?
I mean, it's not really what the action
Yeah,
actually does, but
right.
we can just
Yeah,
go with it because I mean, there's nothing like this in
yeah.
the rules.
The only other thing would be like hide or encrypt.
Well, I would just say something like, let's just do computer plus intuition.
Computer plus intuition. Okay. Okay.
3 hits, okay. All right,
Nice.
so you seem to be fine for now.
Woo.
All right. I was already thinking of starting to think up Plan B by now.
But plan B was I was going to just see if I could see the file. I was going to like data spike, like just blow it up and then run.
Well, as Plan B, we can always do act like the Matrix security specialist who has to come in and check if no damage was done because there was an
True.
intrusion.
Yep. All right.
Okay, so what exactly were you looking for again?
The file with the information that we need to modify.
Okay, so give me another matrix perception. Again, 3 hits. Okay, you find a note, basically in a file, that this data is kept offline on a basically a data chip.
All right.
Oh,
And the note also says, like, if you need access to this information, contact so and so. He currently has it. And it contains a name and also the office room inside the building where
Okay.
that is.
all right. That's useful.
so-
That's something.
Yeah. Does that person? So would that person be on site or would they have it off site?
It is in this building.
Okay, so it is in the building. All right.
I guess that's all you can really do there now.
Well, I look for the file controlling the cameras. Should I roll another perception for that, or is it obvious?
Yeah, you can find it.
Okay.
Just okay, so you make your way over to the security part of the host.
Mm-hmm.
And as you move there, you cross path with an actual patrol eyes,
Mm-hmm.
not just somebody pretending to be one.
Right.
And it kind of notices you and stares for a moment. But lucky for you, at this point, there are no illegal action in your, basically in your log.
Yeah.
So you still you look a bit odd. Like the IC is noticing some disparities, some things that.
Listen, there's some bugs in my programming. All right, I can't help the way I was programmed.
Yeah, and I mean
I don't tell them
the
that.
IC
I'm
is
just saying.
not smart enough to really figure out why that is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, okay, here's something out of the ordinary, but it looks legit.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, and just continues on its way.
He just
Alright.
wishes he could be an independent thing as well.
Okay, so in the security node, are there any of the patrollers actually in the security node, or just the one I walked past?
Well, they are kind of constantly roaming the host at this moment.
All right.
And kind of central within the host is the killer eyes just on standby, basically.
All right. Yeah. Um. Would switching into hot sim set anything off, or?
Well, you're scorched, probably.
I know I'm scorched. I'm just wondering. Like, I'll just DNI the others. Listen, if I'm going to take out these cameras, I might not be able to help you for anything else.
Okay. Well, the
well,
cameras are important, so if you can.
Yeah.
I think on the host side, nothing would really notice if you switch your interface mode.
And if all right, and like how? Okay, so I for taking out the cameras, I would need like a control action, right? Or would it be an
Well, you would need marks on the cameras.
Right. And would they go off the host's stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I can't do that. I don't have enough dice for that. I can get lucky, but all right. So yeah.